podcast on viral marketing and the psychology behind it. I'm Shashwat Singh, and with me is Gunjan and Vignesh, and today we are diving into the exciting topic of viral marketing. But before we do that, let's talk about yesterday's Asia Cup between India and Pakistan.
Absolutely. It was such a highly anticipated clash, but unfortunately it was abandoned due to rain. A bit disappointing, but hopefully it's just a glimpse of what's to come in the World Cup.
Speaking of World Cup, the first thing that comes into my mind is Mocha Mocha ad. It was such a good ad. So let's play it once.
What I mean about Javed and the opposition. It never stops. It's not wise to try and make a rise.
आज चल के दर पे आया है मौका उम्र पिघली मोम सी मेरी ऐसी भी क्या जिद है तेरी करा दे अब दीदारे मौका 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 कब फोड़ेंगे यार
इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान छठी बार आईसीसी क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप 15 फरवरी स्टार स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क पर।
Man, this ad always gets me into the cricket spread. Let's talk about why this campaign went so viral.
Of course, but before we do, the term viral is thrown around so much, so often nowadays that becomes somewhat overused and diluted. Let's first define what do we mean by viral.
I think I'll say viral is something that just becomes insanely popular basically overnight, spreads like a wildfire.
Yeah, exactly. So viral marketing differs from traditional marketing in a way that it encourages people to share the message. This helps in creating an exponential effect which helps reach a larger amount of audience. So people just talking about your ad or them acting as a staunch defender of your brand doesn't exactly constitute as viral marketing. These are called buzz marketing or word of mouth respectively. You need them to spread your message.
So basically, it's sharing that differentiates viral marketing, right? So, what were the last ads that you remember sharing with someone, and why did you share it?
For me, one of the ad that I shared was the Nike ad that was released just after COVID. Though it was more of a visual ad with really good editing in which they combined two different clips of athletes in a split screen, but they matched it up so beautifully from different sports. The athletes were doing similar movements and it had an underlying message that we are in this together even after all our differences. So, I shared this ad because it showed that how we understood each other and how we also cared for each other in this COVID times.
Well, looking into it, Nike tapped into several of these factors. First, it triggered a very strong emotion by showcasing the determination and the resilience the people had. Also, people love content that evokes emotion. But it also played on one more factor, that was its sense of self-enhancement. It's like sharing a positive and uplifting message like that can make you look good to your social circle. It's like a way of saying, look at this inspiring thing that I found.
Right. But what about ads like Cred?
When you pay your credit card bills on Cred, you earn Cred coins. Use them to claim cashback and rewards. I know this sounds ridiculous.
It's like saying Rahul Dravid has anger issues.
Hey! That doesn't mean you can overtake. Come, man. Come. You come, man. What is that? Hey!
Could have gone straight and taken it.
इंदिरानगर का गूंडा हूँ मैं.
I guess it was a good conversation starter with how absurd it was to see Rahul Dravid in that form. It also had a great meme potential, I guess.
So basically, I believe the ads like Cred fall into a different category of ad which go viral. They are like more about start having a community, sharing connection, and starting a conversation.
Yeah, but do you think there is any method to this madness and there is some kind of formula for things to go viral?
Well, there is no magic formula, but there are some principles and strategies that can help you understand what makes people share things online. One of them is John Berger's 6-step to virality.
Ah, yes. I read about it in class, I guess. That's social currency, triggers, emotion, public practical value, and stories. The steps. Did I get it right?
Yeah. So basically, social currency is about making yourself look good to others. When you're sharing a clever or a funny ad, something like a Dream 11 or even a Mocha Mocha ad, you get likes, comments, and suddenly you feel that you are a star of your social circle.
Oh, so social currency is essentially your ticket to becoming the cool kid on the internet block. Essentially, you become cool by association with something cool that you shared interest in.
Yeah. And next up is triggers. Have you ever seen that ad that instantly makes you think about something you are already doing or thinking about? Triggers make something that is top of your mind, and that's why it's like more likely to be shared because it's already in line with what you are feeling in that moment.
Think of it as universe sending you signs, like when you're craving pizza and suddenly there's a Domino's ad.
Yeah, you're right. And that ties heavily into emotions. So, moving on to emotion, ever felt so happy or outraged that you had to share something?
All the time, cute dog videos.
So, emotion is a biggie. When an ad or a piece of content makes you feel something powerful, be it happiness, anger, or surprise, you are driven to share it. It's like you want to spread that emotional impact, and suddenly your share button becomes a conduct for those emotions. Now, moving on to the fourth factor, that is public. If an ad is public and visible, showing a behavior that can be easily mimicked, then you're going to want to share it. Think about the ice bucket challenge. It was very public and it was easy for others to join in, making it highly shareable.
Like when you see everyone and their grandma doing the latest TikTok challenge.
You know what? It doesn't have a practical value, which is also very important. So, the practical value has a tip or offer that's something beneficial for people, and then sharing it becomes a no-brainer. You naturally want to help others, so if we see a discount or solution, you are inclined to share with others. This is the stuff that you want to share because it's so darn useful.
Oh, you mean like those cooking videos that show you how to peel an entire head of garlic in less than 10 seconds? Now that's a life skill that I would spread the word about. I think practical value is the help a friend out category. It's almost like a social obligation to share useful things.
Yeah, if you're not sharing that 50% off pizza discount, are you even a friend?
Exactly.
So now coming, last but not least, one thing that ties it up all together, stories. Because who doesn't love a good story?
Oh, totally. Like that heartwarming festival ads or those athletic brands that give you the whole underdog to champion backstory in half a minute.
Yeah, I also think that when an ad wraps its message in a compelling story, you not only remember it but you want to share the narrative also.
So these were the steps for making your ad viral. So these are the factors that differentiate between the great ad and the viral ad. You can have a great ad which tugs the heartstring but it might not go viral, and vice versa. For example, a great ad on top of our mind is the Samsung service ad, in which they showed a person going to a village to service a TV. It pulled all the right heartstrings, but it didn't go viral because it lacked few of these factors which were essential for it to spread. Whereas something as weird as a Dream 11 ad or a cred ad, which is not heavy on content or meaningful, can go viral with these all factors. So today we covered what makes an ad go viral. So that's all for today's episode. Stay tuned for next.